The physiques winning at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic are those that the younger audience are aspiring to look like. And if those physiques can only be attained through the abuse of performance-enhancing drugs, then how is Arnold Schwarzenegger any better than those BS salesmen who are promoting nonsense? Coach Greg, in today's video, Arnold comes clean. He describes the steroid cycles he used back in his heyday to win the Mr. Olympia titles. And many of you know that Arnold Schwarzenegger has opened up in the past. He's admitted to taking performance-enhancing drugs, but that they were legal back in the day. But he does not condone its use in bodybuilders of today. And so let's get right into it. 100 milligrams a week, he says, of his testosterone usage, and then 3 Dianabol a day, so that was 15 milligrams a day. Sorry, but there is no way you can build a physique like Arnold's by taking such small doses. Remember, 100 milligrams a week, that is replacement doses of testosterone. In comparison, I'm on 140 milligrams a week. I'm literally on more testosterone than Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, and I'm simply on HRT. And he was taking 3 pills of D-bol a day. Those pills back in the day were only 5 milligrams. The majority of people taking D-bol right now would be taking approximately 50 milligrams a day, and oftentimes people take more. And so I simply don't believe that Arnold Schwarzenegger is being 100% honest. Perhaps that was his first cycle, the first time he ever tried steroids as a teenager. But he doesn't go on to explain the other steroids that he most certainly must have used. For example, Primobolan, Winstrol, Deca. There's no way Arnold Schwarzenegger built that physique taking such few amounts of steroids. And in comparison, other Mr. Olympia athletes have also opened up. Did a video a couple weeks ago, Tom Platz. He said he took 100 milligrams of test a week, as well as some Winstrol. And so perhaps the competitors of old have looked to what others have admitted to, and they're simply copying drug results that are similar to what others are saying. No one wants to admit that they took very large cycles in order to beat their opponents. People even think that I myself am lying about my cycles. Coach Greg has never said what he actually took. He's lying. Be open and honest. Then sit down and tell us what your cycles look like. There hasn't been a bodybuilder yet to do this. Not even you, coach. Let's hear it. Share those cycles. Be transparent. Tell us how you felt on said cycle. And so really, I quite literally have posted videos saying exactly what I took. My crazy cycle that I took to turn pro. Laid it out in detail. I wasn't holding back. I wasn't lying. I stated exactly everything to the milligram that I was taking. And so here lies the problem, and this is why I think Arnold Schwarzenegger himself chose not to say exactly what he took. Because remember, this was back in the late 60s, 1970s. It's over 50 years ago. And so why doesn't he just say, this is exactly what I took? I just want to be open, transparent, and honest, like Coach Greg. I believe that Arnold Schwarzenegger thinks that if he comes clean and says what he actually took, that he would encourage other people, perhaps younger bodybuilders, to follow in footsteps. Just look at this response to my comment where I explain exactly what I was taking. Thanks, I'm 14 and I want to be just like you. And so when people read what you actually took, some of them possibly might even decide to take your exact same cycle. Well, I was taking as many D-balls as I could put in my hand and popping them every day because I wanted to win more than ever. I was taking 100 milligrams of this, 100 milligrams of that, not every week, every day. And I was eating D-ball like candy. Yeah, I love the D-ball. It made my muscles more jacked than ever. Did you not see my physique? Look at me at 19 years of age. Do you think anyone can look like that at 19 natural? Of course not. And so they believe by being secretive and not telling people exactly what they did, that they're helping society. Arnold himself does not want people to use steroids. I don't care about your TRT, Greg. We all know about it. Your physique is awful impressive for 140 milligrams a week. Then again, unlike most, you know what you are doing and have a great base to maintain. But my focus is pros BSing about past cycles. 99% of them out there have just skirted around the topic and hinted on different PDs taken. And so he has a point. The majority of people who admit to taking performance-enhancing drugs are saying, yeah, I'm not natural. They don't actually tell you what they're taking. Just think of it. Look to your favorite pros. Do you know a single IFBB pro's actual cycle that they took to turn pro or what they're taking right now as an IFBB professional? And so why is that? Well, most people want to downplay how much they're using. They're trying to convince themselves and others that it's because of their hard work, their determination, they just want more than everyone else. But the reality is this, because pros such as Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chris Bumstead, and others are not saying exactly what they're taking, it's causing the amateurs, the beginners, the newbies to take that much more. They assume that the reasons why Chris Bumstead, Hattie Chobon, Derek Lunsford, Big Ramy, you name it, the reason that they're so incredible is because they're taking way more steroids than everyone else. That if they took exactly what they're taking, they would have the same physiques. But the harsh reality is this. It's predominantly genetics. If you have ultra elite genetics and you work hard, you add in some steroids, of course, you're going to look incredible. But for the most part, people are not born with the same genetics as their heroes. And so no matter how many steroids they take, they're not even going to have half of their physique. Arnold insists his dosage was completely unlike today's steroid abuse. Well, yeah, I'll give him that. He probably took a lot less than the IBB pros of today. But for his time, I do believe he was taking one of, if not the strongest cycles. There's no way I believe that Arnold was simply using replacement doses of testosterone and minuscule amounts of D-bol to look like a multi-time Mr. Olympia champion. I don't buy it. And so would it not be better for Arnold to say, look, back in the 70s, I abused steroids the most. I was on everything and anything I could get my hands on. I took the most amount of steroids that I could take because I wanted to win that badly, and win I did. But it was legal back then, and we did not know of the negative health ramifications from taking steroids. And if I could go back in time, rewind it, I would not take them. I wouldn't even touch them. Arnold says bodybuilding was always considered a safe sport. But now it's not. Now people are dying. They're dying because of overdoses of drugs, and they don't know what the cook they're doing. They're listening to charlatans. If I want to get medical advice from a doctor, I go to UCLA or I go to the Cleveland Clinic. Don't go there, he says. Yes, we are at a time now where we always look for the easy way to make money, the fast way to get rich, the easy way to be an influencer. Anytime you abuse the body, you're going to regret it. So I just want the young people to know that I have seen people getting kidney transplants and suffering tremendously from it. And so Arnold, he gets it. He understands you don't want to listen to him. He compares it to him saying, don't climb up that mountain without a rope. It's too dangerous. Yet he himself climbed it without a rope. But Arnold points out, whatever young Arnold did, I can't change that. That's in the past. But we can, in fact, learn from my mistakes. And so it's like when I warn the people, I say, listen, don't abuse anabolic steroids. Don't even take them. And if you do, of course, never break the law and only do so with the advice and consent from your own doctor. And I'm not a doctor. How many times have I said that?
How can you tell us not to do something that you once did?
Well, who better to tell you not to do something than one who's actually done it? And so do you know what I do right now? Do you know how I spend my days? Well, hours and hours of research on what damage did I do? What health markers do I need to consider to minimize the damage I did in my past? I look back and think, imagine if I had stayed natural. I already had an amazing physique. Anyone going to argue with me? Was a world natural bodybuilding champion. Won everything. Did I really need steroids? Of course not. I was an elite athlete, was competing in triathlons, winning bodybuilding shows and so on. And so why would I need to take steroids? Well, I wanted to be an IFBB pro. I wanted to look like my heroes, like Arnold Schwarzenegger himself. He was my hero. I looked up to him. And so for me, it's really ironic to see my hero, Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, deliberately lie about what he was taking. And consider this, does Arnold Schwarzenegger not promote the Arnold Classic? The second biggest bodybuilding show in the entire world. And what do those athletes look like? Are they in fact natural? Of course not. Do they even have a drug-tested category? Well, look no further than who is winning the Arnold Classic. And so last year's winner, Samson Dota, who's 5'11", off-season 330 pounds, weighs close to 300 pounds on stage, a mass monster of aesthetic muscle. Is his physique impressive? Abso-friggin-lutely. He looks mind-blowing. So mind-blowing that would it even be slightly possible to look like that if he was natural? I'm sure we all know. And so if Arnold actually wants to promote to the world to be natural, to go for the aesthetics, to bring back the old day physiques, Why is he not promoting a drug-tested bodybuilding competition? How hard it would be for Arnold, who owns the actual competition, has hundreds of millions of dollars, to add in a drug-tested category for people who want to stay natural. Imagine if I had had the opportunity back in my day to compete as a pro natural, don't you think I would have done that? Oh, but you're thinking they have classic physique. Those are for the natural bodybuilders. Are you kidding me? Does anyone think classic physique guys look natural? Chris Bumstead himself, 6'1", 240 pounds, shredded. But imagine if there were a natural category. Perhaps Chris go off all the steroids. And so imagine Chris Bumstead as the natural Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic champion. But no, let's not do that. Let's keep promoting size. Size at all costs. Maximum, the most you could be. You have to weigh at the top of the limit. Amateur bodybuilders, you're not big enough. When you turn pro, we add 10 more pounds. Why? Why not? The bigger the better, right? And how are you going to get as dry, grainy, vascular, completely shredded head to toe as the top winning athletes at the Mr. Olympia or the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic? You can't, you won't, unless you abuse performance-enhancing drugs. And so Arnold has a daily free email newsletter of which he has 431,000 subscribers. That's a lot. I have under 200,000. And in this newsletter, he kicks it off by promoting health and fitness by doing what? By slamming influencer culture for being full of bullshit artists and charlatans and outrageous salespeople. And he's not wrong. Of course, there's bullshit scam artists out there. But would it not be better for him to promote the message to be healthy? And is being natural not part of being healthy? And so in promoting the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic at the professional level and allowing all these athletes to use and abuse performance-enhancing drugs, is he not sending a negative message to everyone? The physiques winning at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic are those that the younger audience, teenagers, guys in their 20s, 30s, and so on, are aspiring to look like. And if those physiques can only be attained through the abuse of performance-enhancing drugs, then how is Arnold Schwarzenegger any better than those BS salesmen who are promoting nonsense? And so let me know in the comment section, would you like to see Arnold Schwarzenegger actually promote natural bodybuilding to the mainstream? Is there anyone that could do it better than Arnold? Arnold is saying don't take steroids, yet he's promoting a bodybuilding competition where everyone's taking steroids. And what's with the 100 milligrams of test a week and 15 milligrams of D-ball a day? Arnold, we know better than that. Who's buying that nonsense? Imagine, oh, I'm Coach Greg. I've only ever used HRT. I was on 140 milligrams of test my entire career. Everyone would know that's nonsense. It's not believable. And to the same extent, you saying 100 milligrams of test and 15 milligrams of D-ball, when we all know you've used far greater doses and different drugs than just those. And so why not just complain? Why not be honest? Say, I abused the shit out of these drugs. It's not good for you. I'm lucky I'm alive today. And because of that, I'm putting in natural bodybuilding. We're drug testing the athletes, amateurs and pros. We're adding in categories. If you want to stay natural, you care about your health. Well, I care about you. I care about you enough to implement drug-tested amateur and professional bodybuilding to the mainstream. And if you care about your health, your heart, you want to be healthy, you want to be here as long as possible, the number one supplement I'd suggest, GO2 Max. The main ingredient, NMN, shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled human studies to dramatically impact your cardio. It can actually make you faster, better cardio, have more energy. It's been stated on the Joe Rogan podcast by Adler Huberman and others, as well as various researchers around the world. NMN, it's not banned by WADA. It's legal. You can use it in drug-tested sporting competitions, and it's legit. It actually works. You can feel it right away. Strongly suggest, head over to my website, code Greg, 10% off. Don't use steroids. Ending it here. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment to boost the algorithm, the cookbooks, the training books, the coaching plans by me and my team, the Circle Diet book, my life's work, how to lose weight, keep it off for the rest of your life, and of course, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line, the tank tops, the hoodies, the jogging pants, we got it all. Head over to the website. Also, we are in fact on Amazon, but you can't get the GO2 Max there. FDA banned it in the United States for sale on Amazon. And so please head over to my website, and if you have no money, no problem. Head over to my website, giving away close to a 50-page free diet and training program. It's free. Enter your first and last name and your email address. It's coming straight for you. Care about everyone. Everyone, let's get in the shape of our lives. Stay natural and stay healthy. And until next time, I am out.